Hello, welcome to CR Wrestling Commentary. Today I'm answering viewers because I had a good question. It was critique and it was a good one. It was, I like it because, puts me right there, it's like right in the frying pan. So I'm gonna just get right into it because, like I said, hold me accountable. That's what you got to do. I likes that. So, where is it? Okay. So it's up here, Zemo times 2, 3 hours ago edited, but this is long. I've been still getting prepared for CR Fire Pro today and stuff. It's only about 3.5 hours of sleep because my body didn't want me to sleep, so I'm up. But it says, if you hate AEW, why are you reviewing AEW Revolution? Why review something you hate? I never understood why people watch something they dislike. If you do not like watching a terrible show, stop watching it and watch something else or do something else. It would be a much better use of your time and energy. And then he goes on to say, out of curiosity, have you heard about New Japan Pro Wrestling unifying the International World Grand Prix Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title? What are your thoughts on that? Okay. Not a lot to unpack. Very direct. Feet to the fire. So, no excuses. I'm just going to shoot straight exactly everything of what it was. Because the very thing he's asking me is the very thing I was asking about Cornette and Bryan last. So you don't like this? Why? Our reasons are different. I'm going to go with mine because theirs is a great. Well, one, they get paid. They get paid to review it, so business wise, tax write off and stuff like that. So mine's real simple. Okay, so if you hate AEW, why are you reviewing? Okay, why am I reviewing Revolution? So I had an orange and it was delicious. I'm gonna be straight up. It's free. That's first and foremost. 2, Sunday night, we are out of sync with Walking Dead because of the shows that we missed from last year, this year, and we just don't want to watch them out of order. Okay. A lot of pulp. Yeah, it was free. And I was really curious about the barbed wire exploding death match. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I was trolling. I was being a dick. The reason I say that is because I knew it was going to suck. I knew either the match was going to suck or how they go into working the gimmicks of the match would suck. And it would expose that the barbed wire death match is bogus. Kenny Omega had to blade himself. He had, because the barbed wire is so bad, Kenny had to blade himself. I was like, I want to see some wrestling, and New Japan has more or less broke my heart, whereas AEW, I knew it was going to be a dumpster fire already. It's already had a year plus. But honestly, deep down inside, I was really hoping I'd see some actual professional wrestling. Maybe they save it for this pay-per-view. They're getting these, big names, and it feels like you want to put your best foot forward. So I was really hoping that maybe they would actually do something different. And it sucks that they couldn't. And it sucks that Excalibur just Mizunami. It's like, okay, she's Japanese. You get to say her name again. It's just, I had that little bit of hope that they would be better. You know, there's certain E-Feds I watched and I thought they was doing like, oh man, this is great. They finally got it. And it's like, well, no, we did it that show. I could almost say, well, you know what? Since Cedric liked it, let's go and do something stupid next show. Because that's exactly what happened. You know, I gave it praise, you know, adoration. I was, wow, this is amazing. This is what wrestling is. And then it was like, well, let's go do some stupid shit. AEW is like, we're never going to stop doing stupid shit. And they proved it. Why review something you hate? And I kind of answered that, you know. I had that little modicum of hope. I knew that exploding barbed wire match was going to be crap. I already knew that. AEW can't do wrestling right. How are they going to do a gimmick right when they can't even get their storyline straight? Okay. You know, and he says he never understood why people watch something they dislike. Because they trolling. There are a lot of people out there that are so stupid, so sick inside, have so little self-worth, they look for something to belittle. I don't go and look for something to dislike. I've got better things to do. If I want to dislike something, all I got to do is look outside for about 20 seconds. And I'm going to find it. If I do it right now, I'm going to see somebody walking around without a mask. I'm going to see people talking I don't know why, but now, since there's a pandemic, people got to talk, you know, like 2 feet from each other. I'm like, look, go ahead and French kiss and get this over with. You know, and look, and I know what you're saying. If you don't like watching a terrible show, start watching it. You know, here's the thing. You know, I know you're being very general and colloquial because, AEW is something I don't watch. Actually, I had, if not for this barbed wire death match and Jim Cornette bringing it up, I would have forgot. All the AEW that they talked about, I would have forgot. I have honestly, even though I hear these reviews of AEW, I keep forgetting when it come on and that it's wrestling. Even though I hear these podcasts talk about it, not just Jim Cornette, but others, and I keep forgetting. It's just, I'm like, oh yeah, what are they doing today? And I forget all that crap I heard Jim Cornette talking about. I forget. I'm like, what is AEW doing? And I see the little commercial ads, and I'm like, oh crap, yeah, that's this. So for this was actually me. Oh, okay. I'm up late. I've got nothing. I don't like the silence. I done used up all my comparative reasoning YouTube shows except for, astronomy shows. I haven't watched those because those I got to sit and look at most of the time. So, and I need stuff where I can just listen. And AEW, when I watched Dark, and I watched Dark, and I think one piece of Dynamite, I didn't really watch it. I just listened. And I don't want to give plugs because no one's going to plug me. But I primarily listen to CAWF. That's Fire Pro E-Fed. The commentary doesn't fail. So I listen like 100%. And I get a great laugh. And I can mentally follow the action. Even when he's not talking about it so much, I can still follow it. I am not a fan of that style of wrestling because there's so much missing and it could be so much better. But that's just my assessment of it compared to what I like about professional wrestling. So I'm not knocking it, but I can listen to it damn near all day long, which I have actually done. I've listened to about 6 and 7 hours of CAW. I've given him that watch time and go and listen to certain vocal spots, and then those spots. But I'm like, what happened? And certain things are just so damn funny. Oh my goodness. Certain things are so funny I can't deal with it. So, but so yeah, stuff like that, I can get down with. There are other shows that I'll give them that watch time. I'm just usually not going to watch it. They put in the effort. They do their move craft. They do their stuff. AEW, it's not a move craft, and there's no effort put into it. So I don't watch it. I watched it this time. Let me see this in the lead up and let me hear what's going on. And it's not about what I was always used to. It's just about what makes sense. And what I had to tell Baby Wack when he got in contact with me after a very long hiatus is that when it came to Jim Cornette, I didn't start listening to Jim Cornette because of what he was saying about a company. I started listening to Jim Cornette because Jim Cornette agreed with what I was already thinking. And I didn't know that there was a voice out there that would agree with what I was thinking. And there's a difference. When you find someone that agrees with you, that doesn't mean everything they say is going to be great, or even on point. Because there's quite a few times I want to rip Jim Cornette's hair out. Quite a few times. Quite a few. So yeah, my time and energy would be better used on something else. And yeah. Yeah. You're right, Zimbo. No bones about it. You're right. And then out of curiosity about the unification of New Japan. Nope, didn't hear about it. But when I was told about it, not from you, but it was you that came up with it. But Cedra was the one that told me about it. I was like, yep, told you they was going to do it. I said that in one of my past shows. I was like, they'll probably unify it and do something stupid like that, because why not do something intelligent by defending them separately and get rid of the titles that no one really gives a damn about? Get rid of something that people do care about. But getting rid of the IC belt is not really a bad idea. Reason being is because no one cares about that belt. No one ever really cared about that belt. And the IC belt was basically, hey, you got this, you're in line for a world title shot. Okay, so what was the point of this then? And going on the way New Japan has been conducting itself for the past 3 years, no belt means anything. Because if a belt meant something, you want to put it on those that look like they should hold on to it. You know who those people would be. Ishii. That's just to name one. He would have made a marvelous IWGP champion. And if he ever becomes champion, I'm going to be watching New Japan then. I promise you that. I just don't care for the same old, same old. So my thoughts on them unifying it, I kind of gave it, but in truth, I'm sort of like at that zero integer, not here nor there. Yeah, I can see unifying it being a good thing, a great thing, and I can see keeping it separate would have been equally great. Give somebody else a chance to hold a title, do something, make a title look important. How well do you carry that belt? Wow, you did great. You can move up and win this title, or go for it. And if you win the title, you have to be stripped of the IC belt because you can't hold two at the same time. That used to be the deal. Champion versus champion. Hogan, Warrior. Warrior wins. Warrior gives up the IC belt. It's that simple. If you want to discredit a belt, then Warrior wins. He gives it the IC belt, but since Hogan lost, and it's champion versus champion, you give it up to the second runner-up, which would be Hogan, and Hogan holding the IC belt would look so miserable at that time. So, yeah, so switching the belts for who wins and loses, that would have being handed a bowl of puke saying, turn that into good tasting porridge. Not going to happen. Now, let me go ahead and get into, because you're probably wondering, what are Cedra's thoughts on it? Okay. AEW is something that she didn't really care to watch in the first place. I'm just keeping it real. She didn't really give a damn. She won't thinking about it. And if I didn't tell her about it, she wouldn't even known about it. That's it. And for that. And if you listen back to the last one, she had said something on the lines of, don't make me do this again. If you really listen, you can hear the almost captured female in a movie, please don't make me eat bugs again. You can almost hear it. And she almost looked like it. I'm like, I won't. I'm like, good grief. That caught me in the feels just a tiny bit. And I say a tiny bit only because I'm like, it's modern wrestling. So then it hit me. It must have been more atrocious to her than I thought, because I got sort of a laugh out of it. More like that embarrassing laugh, like this is actually wrestling. And then when it comes to what I said just moments ago about unifying in New Japan, she read your comment. She actually went to email. No, she went to the YouTube and saw your comment, and I was just a couple of rooms away, and I hear, why? Oh, I was like, oh crap, who died? There's been enough death around me. Tired of it. I mean personal deaths. So, I'm like, who died this time? And I was about to ask, and she's like, guess what? And I'm like, what? And it's like, they unified the titles in New Japan, and I was like, what? And I go around the corner, and it's like, yeah, Zemo. And I'm like, Zemo did what? No, New Japan, they unified the titles. I was like, oh, crap. And I paused a little bit, and I said, yep, called it. So, yep, called it. That's where I was, so yeah, watch people just watch, and just a brief recap, people are so miserable, they watch stuff that they don't like just so they can say something bad about it, feel good about themselves, or be tribal and say, yeah, we all hate this, right? Don't we? That tribal checking, we all dislike the same thing, don't we? You find it in any little toxic tribe when they do that. So it's just, if you like AEW, fine. But if you say AEW is professional wrestling, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care why the fuck you are. You can go fuck yourself. I'll never agree with you, and it's factual that you are wrong. In general, whoever the fuck you may be, whoever you are out there, if you call modern wrestling professional wrestling, you are wrong. You can go fuck yourself. Because you obviously, how to lie, but not well. Like I said, you can lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. That's bad. So that's everything. I hope I answered everything. And if something triggers another thought for you to ask something else, so be it. Ask. Hold my feet to the fire on certain things. I think this is cool. It's almost 20 minutes. It's at the 19-minute mark. I got all my index cards with the wrestlers on it, so I can do the introductions, do my commentary, watch these matches. Hope the game isn't too slow or too fast, because it was doing both when doing Movecraft for the past week and a quarter. So, yeah. I'm glad you asked these questions. So if you got anybody out there got questions, go ahead and ask them. If you don't want to ask here on YouTube, ask them on Twitter. You got it right there. You see that? You can go to Discord. You can ask me stuff there. I guess you can use the CR chat area there. So that's it. So This has been Cedric Kennedy for CR Wrestling Commentary, answering viewers. Thank you for your time, patience, energy. Click that like button. Comment, welcome. With that said, talk to you later. Good night, everyone. Even though it's the morning. Good morning. How about that? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.